Hi everyone, my name is Donovan. As we build up to Father's Day, I'd like to talk about a few things today relating to our families, relating to our homes, and relating to our faiths. Now, the role of a father has become very important, especially in these days that we live in. As fathers, we have a responsibility to build up our families. And when I say build up our families, I'm talking about, being good examples to our kids, being, role models, being people that they can look up to in this world that, doesn't place as much importance in traditional family as before. It is ever so important that we build our families, that we structure them in the image of the Lord. As our scripture says in Joshua, that me and my family will follow the Lord. This is what is expected of us as we build up to this role. And equally important is also defending our families. Now, there's, like I said before, there's a lot in this world that is up against our families. There's all sorts of culture, all sorts of information that is on the internet, and it is important that we defend, family values. It is important that we continue to encourage our children to be strong in those family values. And the second thing that we build up is our homes. And when you talk about building up homes, we're not just talking about the brick and mortar that is our homes, but we're talking about the values. We're talking about the love, we're talking about the atmosphere that is around the home. And it is important that we encourage our children to be comfortable in our homes. We encourage them to understand that a home is a safe environment for them. A home is an area where they can be what they want, where they can express themselves in all the ways that they want. And it is an area where faith can thrive. And it is ever so important again that we defend those homes, against all that is out there, against all negative influences out there, and that we continue encouraging these values in our children. And all and above this is continuing to build up and defend our Christian values. Now, from generations past to generations that exist now, Christianity or traditional Christian values are not as fashionable as they used to before. Now our kids spend a lot of time on social media looking at things that are not necessarily Christian values. But as fathers, it is important that we encourage them, that we use those platforms, which could potentially be vices, as methods in which our kids can express their faith, as methods in which our kids can make their faith thrive and they can reach out to their peers. So as we approach Father's Day, let us not just think about it as a day when we're appreciated for being fathers, but let us also use that time to remind ourselves of the role that we have to play as fathers. Let us remind ourselves of the duties that we have towards our children, and let us always ensure that we build them up and keep them strong in the faith. Thank you.
Being a dad means showing up every day, even when it's tough. For me, building my family isn't about grand gestures. It's about those breakfast conversations with my boys where we can laugh, but also talk about things that matter. Defending our home isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about creating a space where my children feel safe to be themselves. And when it comes to faith, it's less about perfect attendance and more about letting my son see how grace helps me to get back up when I fall. That's how we build something that lasts, one ordinary day at a time with an extraordinary foundation.